That's crazy, man.
Because this is obviously a sword, which I'm guessing is either the sword of Eden or Excalibur.
Mm,
Because there's rumored in through ancient history that Excalibur had the ability to cut through metal as well as stone.
mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because yeah,
there's some writing around it, around the drawings too. I wonder if that again. There's so many clues, man. I I
yeah.
wonder, I wonder if that says anything or if that's a certain
No,
language.
no, it's just I think it's just a pattern. But this is obviously a halberd
Yep.
blade.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to remember. I can't remember where in history I've seen something of a
I
mythical weapon of
know.
someone
Is that
because it
Persian?
might be.
Like,
It looks Chinese.
looks
Like it's
yeah,
it
yeah. It does look
maybe it looks
Chinese.
yeah
Yeah,
because this is only a single edge. Persians were more curved this way.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is straight
Yeah.
because there's that and then there's this one.
Yeah, that's man. I
And obviously the spear and then yeah,
mm-hmm.
one, two,
Two,
three,
three,
four.
four. How did I miss that? How
Yeah,
did I?
most people didn't really see it. They only saw where you had to place the spear. But it's like,
Yeah.
but I saw three other like stalagmite frames, and I'm like, what are those? I'm like, that's a sword, that's
Yo.
an axe, and that's a hammer. I'm like, what? What? So there are three other weapons out there that exist. There are three more.
Are they in Odyssey?
No, I don't think they're in Odyssey. I think they're scattered throughout the world. I think they're scattered because like the only reason why I say that is because if you look at Origins and you go through the temples and you use what is it silica to power them, they said like a message plays.
Yep.
It has
Yep.
been it has been X and X some odd days since the incident,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what incident are you talking about?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
incident are you talking about? That's
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm trying to understand
Mm-hmm.
because it's like if that's the case, because like once you get to the end of Odyssey, trust me, that it's going to connect to Origins in a very big way, in a very big way. So you have to finish playing Odyssey in order for you to understand how Origins connects to it, which is wild. Because I knew about it when I played Origins. I was like, I'm only going to say this once because if you played Origins,
Mm-hmm.
you remember the whole conversation Bayek had with his son Hemu?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said that he's like, Father, why do Egyptians hate Greeks? You are both Egyptian and Greek. You're from your mother's side. Let that sink in for a minute.
Oh my goodness, man.
Let that sink in for a minute. Because I was not Egyptian.
You said that on the last
I,
call.
I,
You
I said
said
that.
that. Yeah, yeah. And I was thinking,
She's not Egyptian. Her lineage traces back all the way to Greece. And you'll see why. Trust me. When you play the legacy of the first blade, you will understand what I'm talking about. You will understand what I'm talking about when you play it. That's how it all connects. Because and here's another fun fact about Isu hybrids: they tend to actually live longer than
mm,
most humans. Because, like I said, look at Ezio lived to almost be what 100.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
lived almost to be 100.
Mm-hmm.
Most humans at that time would not live past the age of 50.
He was still fighting. He was still
And he
fighting
was and he
after
could still fight at
the
his age. That's not normal.
yeah,
That's not normal for someone his age and his brittle state. He could
right.
he could still fight and move.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Alexio's father, right? He said the staff was keeping him. I still don't understand that, but he was saying the staff is what was keeping, I guess, him living longer, right? I think he was 150 years old.
So you talking about the staff of Hermes Trismegistus?
Exactly. Yep.
So essentially, the staff could heal you and it does give you long life. However, it does come at a cost. So it plays with your mind. You see what I'm saying?
Heck, man.
But because Cassandra and Alexios was half hybrid, half Isu, half human, they were able to withstand it. For a normal human, it would mess with their mind.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
um that's why Layla's not an assassin. She's a normal human. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. And Layla's the one that goes into the actual.
She's the
Yeah.
one that dives into the animus,
Dives
but
into
she's
the
not
anime.
she's not an assassin. She's a normal human being. She's normal.
What?
You
I
see what
thought.
I'm saying? She's not Isu related. She's not an assassin. She doesn't have eagle vision.
What?
No,
Oh yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, Desmond had it, right?
Desmond had it,
Desmond had it.
but again, if you go back to what Ezio did during his time with the Italian Brotherhood, he started accepting people of the local populace rather than people that were actually pure assassins. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ezio was the one who opened the door to the public that, hey, it's not exclusive to just pure-blooded assassins. No, there are other people that want to fight. They are just like us.
Mm.
Let's educate them, give them the tools.
Mm.
And guess what? It worked.
It worked. Yeah.
It
Mm-hmm.
worked.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the assassins got their numbers. Because again, it was only pure-blooded assassins that would fight.
Mm.
You know, people that could trace their lineages back. That's where all of that started, and it closed. It stopped with him. He said, "No, let's open it up to the public. Let's rebuild the Brotherhood the way it's supposed to be for the people." So there's that.
It definitely makes sense. And then again, I immediately noticed how Alexios could jump off all these freaking tall monuments without dying. Like so all that played the part.
Right?
All that played a part.
All they played a part because, like I said, he's Alexis or Cassandra. They're half human, half Isu hybrids. That's why they could do most of the things that they could do. Like even somebody like Ezio, Connor, Hatham, Edward, Xiao Jun, you know, a bunch of other people. Like they have all these like incredible feats, like being able to jump at incredible heights,
Yeah.
being able to have fast reflexes, keen intellect, eidetic memory, you know, being able to punch a dent in a steel door,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know, punch through cinder block without hurting their bones. I'm like, that's not
Yeah.
normal.
That's not.
That's not normal.
Yeah. Yeah. This is. I'm baffled, man. I really don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, okay, so okay, going back to Atlantis, because I'm just fascinated by this, man. You know,
Yeah.
you hear that, you hear the place, you hear the name all the time, and it's and
Yeah.
so essentially Atlantis, like you said, is a place.
Yeah. It's a place.
But the Isu,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
The Isu, they how are they tied to that place, I guess? Or is that also spoiling something that
So essentially what you're gonna find out. I don't know if you played the whole entire saga of Atlantis. I don't know if you've played it. Essentially they're trying to prevent the cataclysmic event of the sun. That's what they're trying to understand. They're trying to find a way to survive because through all their technology, all of their mathematics, they can never stop it. They're like, how can we stop this? You know, and essentially, I'm going to paraphrase this. Essentially, it's just a changing of the times. It's time for them to disappear.
yeah.
Like, I don't know if it had any correlation to do with if you played Assassin's Creed 2, those secret coded messages that you had to solve. It showed a short video clip of Adam and Eve,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I think it looks. I don't know if that mountain was Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa.
That isn't
I
that the
don't.
video you showed last time?
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah,
showed.
yeah.
It's that same video that I
That
showed
same
you.
one. Yep.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like hey, humans rebelled. They don't need the precipice of gods or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And obviously, that's what started the whole saga of Atlantis. You know, you trying to save it. Like, do you pass judgment on it? Do you save it?
Mm-hmm.
Which ultimately it was just the ending of Atlantis anyway.
Wow.
Regardless of what you did anyway,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Atlantis was going to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
The gods were going to disappear. The East were going to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until Juno found a way to survive that,
Yeah.
which was wild. If you played Assassin's Creed 3, you would
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because essentially, for anyone that knows that hasn't played Assassin's Creed 3, spoiler alert here, basically Juno was locked away inside that little pyramid that you find, and it's a prison. It's not a temple. It's actually a prison cell for her. Because she coded her memory into an essence of ones and zeros. She forgot, she left her physical form and she's now a program. That's why if you play Black Flag at the very end, Like the person's like, I did what you asked. I know you're here. Like you think she's talking to like
Mm-hmm.
crazy. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, she's talking to Juno. She's in the network. She's in like she's everywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Deep, man.
Like, yes, you did save the world. You did save it, but
Yeah.
at the risk of you releasing Juno to the world. That's why the whole like video of Desmond, it's like, yeah, you could survive, lead the people again, and start over. But then it's a repeated cycle
Mm.
every time. And Desmond said, no, if you want us to have a life, a future, we have to make a choice. It'll work itself out.
Yeah.
And that's the story of where we are now. Which will be very interesting to see how they're going to do that in Assassin's Creed Red, because I thought Valhalla, like the real time world was bad,
Right.
but I'm interested to see how this is going to play out in Red. And then going into Assassin's Creed Code Hex, which is something that I'm like looking forward to,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's the Salem witch trials, people,
Yeah. Oh,
women being under like scrutiny for like
yeah.
witchism, satanic rituals. I'm like,
Mhm.
how are you
Oh,
gonna play that? Who's gonna be like? Who are you gonna fight? The Inquisition?
right.
Is that who you're gonna fight now as a Templar? As the Templars? You're gonna fight the Inquisitions?
Yo, freaking
Like
Puritans. Right. It's like
that's what I'm saying. The Germanic Brotherhood. I'm like, how? What are you gonna use? Like spells? Like you're gonna do this?
right.
Like Doctor Strange? Like I don't get it. Like that's gonna be funny
That's
to
gonna be
see.
amazing, man. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then then Code Red, obviously Code Red Japan,
yeah.
figuring out how that's gonna play out. Like, are you gonna fight the barbarians that come to
Yeah,
invade?
yeah, yeah,
Are you
yeah.
gonna fight the shogunate? Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, because like you said, what the time period of that samurais.
so late 15th, 16th century.
Okay, okay.
Because there was a period where Japan closed its borders off to foreign trade and commerce
Wow.
to people of like Italy,
Hmm.
England, Spanish,
Hmm.
the arrival of gunpowder,
Yeah.
muskets.
Hmm.
So it's like, how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do this?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, are we gonna do the Iga and the Koga clans of the ninja?
Yeah.
Yasuke, obviously.
Oh my goodness.
Like, how
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of that, because maybe we'll get something in the summer of a trailer. Because I
Yeah,
want to see a
maybe.
trailer.
I
I
want
want
to
to
see a
see a
trailer.
trailer.
I do. Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I want to see a good trailer that's gonna get me captivated. Because again, I've loved Assassin's Creed. I love the concept of it.
Yes. Hmm.
The story of it, the comics. Because there's comics. There's comics about this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that. What?
There's
Again?
comics, there's books that
What?
that fill in the gaps of like, why the assassins were so heavily targeted, why there's so few of them. Daniel Cross, there's a whole comic about him. There's a whole comic.
Oh,
There is a whole comic about him. Like, and the Assassin's Creed lore goes all the way to the fall of the Russian Empire with the Tsar. What was it?
sick.
What was the dude's name? Rasputin. Thank you.
Rasputin. What? It
Rasputin.
goes-
It goes that far. Assassin's Creed Chronicles. It's a
What?
it's a small like segue side game. Like, yeah, India, China, Russia. Like, trust me, they go far.
Wait, is this console or is this
I think it's yeah, it's a console. I think so. Yeah,
this console gaming? Wow, man. Yeah, I need to play these games because I
they're
again.
they're short they're short little side stories. They're like
Yeah.
2D side story games. Like, but they're
Okay.
they're pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, I still would
They're
love to play.
pretty
Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty cool. Like, the pieces of Eden, so many like stuff like that. Again, dude, it's like, I don't know how far Assassin's Creed is gonna go. But like, are we gonna go all the way to the future?
That's what I'm saying. Or even the present, right? Like, okay, so Valhalla,
Mhm.
going outside of the animus, you're saying it's the present day. So it's
Yeah,
essentially like today.
yeah. Essentially, like today,
Okay.
almost like just with a few like after effects of what happened in 2012 for
Okay.
Assassin's Creed 3. Because apparently releasing Juno caused the magnetic fields to shift There's like northern lights in North America, which is not possible,
Wow.
affecting communication, power, constant tremors. It's like the whole polarization was flipped on Earth. And they're like, okay, how do we live in this day and age now?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, how is that going to look,
Yeah.
you know, going forward?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, man. I mean, I essentially, man, just think that this series as a whole, just looking back to where I'm at now, right? Like
Mhm,
Odyssey and obviously like the first Assassin's Creed, um, seeing, like you said, the Isu people and
mhm.
the aspect of how they were aliens, them coming, to, Earth and mixing the genes, things of that nature that, again, somehow then ties to Watchdog and freaking like, all like
Yeah,
I guess I'm just wondering, man, like I guess in a sense, you said that all the Isu people are now dead, right? They're eradicated.
that's supposedly the story. There's like pockets of remnants, like they don't exist anymore. Like we
Okay.
don't know if they all died out during the whole cataclysmic event.
Yeah.
Um, we don't know if they copied themselves into consciousness.
Right. Right.
You know,
Exactly.
like no one really knows the full extent if the Isu are truly gone. Like, what is it? Hermes was in the form of what? Watching over Icaros?
Yeah.
Like literally watching through Icaros's eyes.
Yeah.
We don't know
Mhm.
if they're just watching people. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Hmm. Is God of War tied to That's not Ubisoft, right?
No, that's
Okay, that's not.
That's Santa Monica.
Okay, I was just,
I think.
I just kind of I just had I was
I
like, okay.
mean, Ubisoft Santa Monica, they were part of it until they broke off and made their own thing.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. I wanted to make sure because I was just like, man, if I see Kratos, like if I see any
Listen,
reference,
listen, listen. I'm excited. I'm excited for God of War the way that they're showing it. It's interesting to see what they're going to do now. Maybe because Ragnarok was good
yeah,
story.
yeah,
I
yeah,
liked it.
yeah.
Shout out to Christopher Judge for playing Kratos.
Yes, man.
Um, that
Oh my
man, give
goodness.
that man his flowers
Give
and
him
all that
his
other stuff.
flowers, man. Absolutely. I mean, it's a whole universe now, bro. This Assassin's Creed series, Assassin's Creed in general, you know,
Yeah.
again, it has really baffled me. I
Mhm.
don't understand how the developers, like, I don't understand the amount of time, the amount of
Yeah.
the amount of detail. I literally I was on like one of the boats today, just a few hours ago, and I had pushed one of the, I think it was the Athenian soldier. I had pushed him off kicked him off the dock or whatnot. By the way, man, Spartan kick.
Yeah.
Great, come on, man. That 300 kick, dude, like I just love it. But I had pushed him off of the boat. Literally saw a shark come up and just bite him and take him underneath. Like it's that type of detail that goes into these games that just makes it all the more. You get what I'm saying? You get so
Yeah.
lost. You get so lost in the moment in playing the game to where you forget that there's an entire connection of stories amongst the series.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And why the Final Fantasy crossover, man? I guess if do you see anything in that, or that's just for show?
Honestly, I've still yet to come up with an answer for that.
Yeah.
Like as far I think it was just for show. I'm gonna say
Mhm.
that. Maybe
Okay.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
Maybe they're just like, hey, let's just throw Final Fantasy in there. Let's just give him
Yeah.
some.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just give him some.
Yeah.
Maybe they did that. I have no idea. Which
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Mhm. Yeah. It was
To
amazing.
to be honest with you,
Mm.
but I found this though. I wanted you to see this.
Please.
I wanted you to see this. So this right here is the known ECU because apparently again there
Mm.
are so many versions of them.
Wow.
While the exact geographical distinction of ECU society are known in detail, many ECU later become revered as gods in different geographical areas around the world, comprising a variety of pantheons across the world, mainly based on the groups in which the civilizations was organized during the ECU era. So by this little segment here,
Yeah.
apparently the ECU spanned most of the globe because we all knew that the Earth was essentially one continent, which was it I think it was Pangea.
Yeah. Yep.
Pangea was one continent, so there were probably different pockets of regions
Yeah.
that the East you probably were a part of.
Mm-hmm.
The Greeks, we have Ida, Aletheia, Aphrodite. All the rest is known as Venus.
Mm.
Chiron, Hades, Eris, Demeter, Consus or Prometheus, Hecate, Hebe, Hephaestus, Hermes, Persephone, Iris, Juno, Jupiter, Zeus, or Ortenia, Saturn, Tunguska entity, Faunus, and Minerva.
Mm.
Then we have the Atlanteans,
Wow.
Atlas, Amphiris, Asis, the Foreman, Melita, Gadrios, Nokolis, Poseidon, or Neptune. And the Norse, Aenor, Aeus, Fenrir, Freya, Bjorn, Balder, Agrabota, Frigg, Freyr. See, there's like so many of them.
Are you kidding? Odin?
Yep, Odin, Sinmara,
Loki?
Surtur,
Oh.
Tyr, Thor, Ul, Tyra. Then the Egyptians, Horus, Isis, Amunet, Nomak, Khufu, Seth, Sphinx, and the Celtics.
Celtics. Wow. Oh my
See,
goodness, man.
Sulis, Minerva. See, there are various other regions.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Like, you think you get this game? You think you think
think you
know?
do, and then it just like it just unravels into something. It is something more. You're like, what the
What? Yo, I mean, I'm almost upset with myself, man, because I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should have caught some of this stuff you're telling me, but
right?
it. What's the perspective? All right, let's just say for someone who's just now starting this series, who they, and I think I asked a part of this question last time, but
Right.
looking at the perspective of everything we just talked about,
Uh-huh.
for a person who wants to start the series, because I've been telling my brother about it, I'm like, hey, bro, you need to start with Origins. But now I'm like, okay, oh,
No.
yeah.
So okay, so if you want to do it by chronological timeline wise, if you want to do it that way, you would have to do it by this.
Mhm. I wish I would have done it that way. I really do. Like, what in the world, man?
Hold on. Creed by timeline. Do it that way. Right here in chronological order.
Mhm.
So if you want to do this here, for those so everyone can see this, so that way you know.
Yeah.
So the way to do it obviously would be Odyssey, 431 to 422 BC. You have to start here in ancient Greece. Then you move on to Origins, 49 BC to 44 BC. Okay. Then you move on to Mirage. So obviously for reasons why, because it's the prelude to 10 years before Valhalla.
Yeah.
Now, if we were going to say, oh, what about the years in between? Again, there's a gap between that. At least 4 centuries have passed. At least 400 years. So again, maybe some games will be revealed in that. Maybe it'll be DLCs.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll tie into that. We don't know. So then it goes into Valhalla in 872 to 878.
Yeah. This is AD. We're in AD now.
Yeah, this is AD now, people. Yeah. Now we're in Assassin's Creed 1, the 11th century. Okay. Starting there. Assassin's Creed 2, 1476 to 1499. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood to 1499 to 1507. And Revelations, 1511 to 1512. Black Flag, 1715 to 1722. Assassin's Creed Rogue, because, again, there are different ties to different stories that branch off.
Right.
You'll see why. And then it goes into Assassin's Creed 3,
wow.
1754 to 1783. Then Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, reason why people say, oh, well, why is this going on? Because again, this is exactly within the same time period, given it, give or take a couple years, like a decade.
Exactly.
Because people that know history, the French aided the rebels in fighting off the Brits in
Right.
America, and then in so case that's what happened because the French went through their own revolution. They
Yep.
threw off the aristocracy, so they became a republic instead of a monarchy now.
Right.
Okay. Then you play Syndicate in 18th century to 1868. You play that.
Mhm.
And then that is the title. Now, here is the year. Obviously, Code Mirage, Codename Jade, got Nexus VR. You know,
Have you played
Codename.
those?
The view I've seen gameplays on them. They look
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
They could do with a little bit more updating, but I would mainly play them just to get the aspect of a first person view of
Exactly.
what the world would have been like.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is what 17th century looks like.
Yo, yeah,
Just
yeah.
walking around like,
In VR.
oh,
Yeah.
in VR, like
Yeah,
I'm walking
yeah, yeah.
around Boston like before the birth of technology. Walking through the 14th century markets in Venice, like, yo, this is what it looked like.
Yeah.
Greece, same thing. The
Yeah.
same thing. Just for um the culture aspect of it,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. But let's talk about the future though. So there's rumored that Netflix is going to sponsor in its own original series.
I've heard it. I've heard about that. Yeah. Yeah, I've
Assassin's
heard
Creed.
about it. Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to know how they're going to spin it because if they're going to do the same thing like The Last of Us,
Yeah.
then okay,
Okay.
this is worth looking into
Exactly.
because you're talking
Exactly.
about Desmond now. You're talking
I,
about Desmond.
yep.
But the thing
Mhm.
is, though, how far are they willing to push the envelope on it? Or is it going to be CGI?
Right.
Is it going to be just like how Pedro Pascal did all his own stunts?
Yeah. Yeah.
The storytelling has to be on point because
Has to be. Mhm.
Does not have a great
Gaming. Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
consider what they did with Henry Cavill in The Witcher. Speaking small side note though,
Yo.
The Witcher though that's getting another anime series that
Real on Netflix.
on Netflix, Sirens of the Deep. I will let you
What?
look at the trailer for yourself, and you can be the judge of that. But that's the end of that segment. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah, man, that's Assassin's Creed in a nutshell. It's such an intricate story, Um, uh, like again, I go back to our first talk.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
with how what the Creed
Hmm.
describes about Masyaf.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. What does it say? Let me see. Mm-hmm. There was a video of it, how he talked about it.
Yeah. I don't know if you
Yeah,
showed me the video last time. Yeah.
I don't think I did. Let me see if I could find it.
Hmm. Please, man. This is all gems. I can't wait to cut this up. Like,
Here we go. Found it. Let me see. Let me see if this will work.
if the okay, yeah, you cut on the subtitles. Okay.
Yeah. So again, where he talked about is like nothing is true, right? You have to understand that the foundations of what society you follow into, whether it's a monarchy, an aristocracy, a republic,
Yeah.
a senate, or whatever, the foundations of what that is built upon are very fragile and can be easily broken or overturned. You know, and you have to understand that you need to be the shepherds of your own civilization. Essentially, you guide the legacy of your people.
Yeah.
You decide, however, how long it lives or how short it lives.
Mhm.
You decide if people of the world will view you as a hero or a villain.
Mhm.
So that's the whole segment of what nothing is true. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
To say that everything is permitted, right? Okay, you are the architects of your actions, both direct and indirect, good or bad. Every choice you make has a consequence behind it. Okay. And you need to learn how to live with those choices.
Yeah.
Be glorious or tragic.
Yeah.
So that's that part. That's that part of the first tenet.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
love that. I love that.
right? And that's going back to that. You know, I use Ezio as an example because he understood after 50 years of fighting, he understood what the creed was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a life that he didn't choose.
Yeah.
This life chose him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he tried to understand what all the suffering, all of it, like what is it for?
Mm-hmm.
That he's only merely a conduit for a legacy to pass down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is all he is. He's not some savior. He's not a messiah. He's not
Mm-hmm.
this God. He's
Mm-hmm.
just one conduit in a long stream.
Yep.
One cog in a machine that keeps turning for the next cog to come in,
Mm-hmm.
and the next, and
Mm-hmm.
the next, and the next, and the next.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Mm. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Again, whoever wrote that like clearly
Yeah.
studied like stoicism in a way, which
Yo,
was
like
awesome. Which was awesome. You know, yeah, and people say, yeah, it's a video game, but it's like, no, but there is some clarity to
oh
that.
yeah.
There is some clarity to it in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be the architect of your own actions, both direct
Yes.
or indirect.
Yes.
You know, you are the shepherd of how your story should be shaped,
Mm-hmm.
which is a good thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was that, which was pretty good.
Yeah. And like you said, man, it's more than just a video game. This is this is freaking this is life. Like essentially, this
You
is
could
life.
take Yeah, you could take it that way. Yeah,
This is life, man. Like you almost forget that you're playing a video game.
you do.
That's the
You
thing.
do.
I'm literally gonna I want to go back to my history books and literally look for Templars and like I'm literally looking for this stuff now because it's almost like I started asking the question, did Leonidas somehow know about his spirit? I started asking questions, man. I started looking at videos about this stuff. I was literally like,
Right.
was it, you know?
Like all these great feats of people that we know from history. They're like, how? How is that possible? Right. And it's like there's so many examples of it, you know, to Caesar, to
Yes.
Alexander,
Mm-hmm.
him crushing an army of 1 million with what, less than what, 250,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah. And
How
no,
is that? How did you manage to do that? There
yeah,
is no way.
yeah.
Statistics wise, if you ran the numbers, no.
There's
Someone
no
should
way. Yeah.
There's no way.
Mhm.
But it kind of makes you wonder, it's like, are there like secret societies out there?
Yeah.
There are some of them. There are the Freemasons.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Templars, which they still do exist. They do exist.
Mm,
They
mm.
still exist to this day. There's
Really?
been, yeah, they're still around. They're just not public.
That's creepy.
It's very creepy. It's very
That's
creepy.
that's
And what's
creepy,
what's
bro.
what's the other one in the celebrity world nowadays?
Illuminati. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
people claiming to have financial backing from them. I'm like what are you talking about?
He's right.
Like,
So
and what's crazy, and this is another small segment. If you watch Kevin Hart's podcast with I think it was another female co-star,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hillary some I don't remember her
I
name.
know you're talking about. I know you're talking about. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
like, yeah, you have he's like,
yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
is it, oh, no, it's open discussion, but bitch. I was like,
Exactly.
I was like,
I know, man. Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, wait a minute now. Hold on now.
Hold on, now, right? It's
Hold
like
on now.
we
Hold on. We gotta talk about this.
gotta talk about this, right? It's
We gotta
like,
talk about this. We
yo,
gotta talk about this.
oh my goodness, man! Like you're really making me think about that, though.
Right? It just makes you think. That's all it does. It makes you think. It just makes you think. But yeah,
Like, I like again, man. This is why again it takes me back to being a gamer. you know.
Right.
It takes you back, and it's like essentially, man, for people who may not play games, or maybe they've fallen off from playing games, and you're listening to this, you listen to our podcast, or again, you may be
Mhm.
on Rando's YouTube channel, and you're just seeing some of the things that he review. Being a gamer is not just about games. This is essentially freaking life we're talking about here. Life put into a cosmic, you know, electronic box that you are now,
Yeah.
venturing throughout. But there's messages. I wonder what these developers, or who these developers. I kind of want to know. I kind of want to interview the developers. I hope to get an Assassin's Creed develop. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like
you
I
get
would
me? I
love
would love to talk
to
to.
love to pick their brain of like
Yo.
what I would love. So Ubisoft, if you're watching this podcast, please come on here. Please. I would love to have an opportunity to pick your guys' brains. I would. And I'm being flat out honest. I would
Right.
love to.
At least one. If we could just trace back someone who was fired and maybe get them on here.
That would be great. That would be great, man. That
That'd
would
be
be
great,
great.
man.
That'd be great. I'll be honest. Flat out honest. That'd be great.
Because then there's a grudge with it, and they're giving us everything. It's like,
Yes.
but that's the type of curiosity games bring, man. Get games like Assassin's Creed. I don't think there's any other series that touches this series, man. I really don't. I can't think of any other that's like it. I can't think of any
Right.
other. I can't think of it, man. And again, call it Monopoly, call it what you want to call it, but Assassin's Creed has stamped its way into gaming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. I got nothing else. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm
yeah,
tapped.
yeah. I get
I'm
it.
tapped out.
I
I'm
know.
good.
I
I'm
know.
good.
It's 10:25, man. I said 10, but this is just, I had to hold my girl. She's texting me. I'm like, I just had to come on here, man, and ask. I had to, and asking you, I see there's a lot of stuff that you still don't even understand. It's like yeah, I
Right.
get it.
Right.
This is deep. This is deep, man.
Absolutely.
And so, again, man, I'll close it here until next time, because I'm going to be bringing you back on here. I got other questions. I have things.
Absolutely.
I have things
Absolutely.
I have to ask, man. I may be bringing someone else on with me that I may want to ask you questions as well, man. Because there's people talking about what
Oh
you're.
yeah.
There's people talking about what you're saying, man. And
Absolutely.
they're very. You're raising a lot of eyebrows in terms of.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here. I'm
yeah,
here for this. I'm here for
yeah.
this. Trust me. If there's two things that I'm passionate about, one is video games, story lore, and obviously it's I don't know if people can see my
Anime,
posters.
come on, yeah,
Okay, I don't know if people can see my posters. I'll back out. Like, come on now. Like I
yeah,
said, it's I can talk about this for days.
yeah.
I really can. I really
Man.
can. But yeah, I'm good.
Side note too, man. Before we end, Ranking
Yep.
of Kings. I'm not sure if you've seen that anime.
I have not. I want to. I want to
Yeah.
because I hear good things about it.
Oh, it's amazing, man.
Right now, like I said, right now I'm going through the process of, recording all of my content for my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Obviously, slowly getting it out, slowly getting that out there. Like people watching this. Yes, my videos are coming. Be patient. Anyway,
Yeah.
patience is a virtue, and it's a thing.
I love it, man. I love it. But Ranking of Kings is amazing. Definitely check it out, man. But this was awesome, Rondo, man. I thank you for always taking the time out. You
Absolutely.
pressed me. You DM me again, man. I thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm always jumping multiple
Yeah, man.
communities.
Yeah, man.
So thank you for your patience. But guys, go and follow him. TikTok Live here on YouTube. Guys, go follow Rondo. This man is incredible.
Thank
Bring
you.
him on your podcast. I'm sure you're willing.
Please, I would love to start
Yeah.
branching out. Make sure you send me this footage, man. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel.
Absolutely, man. I'll send you this. I'll put it in a Dropbox.
Yeah, put it in the Dropbox, man. I'll put this on my channel so
Perfect.
you can hear the randomness. You get your name out there, gets my name out there. I'll be like, yeah, we out here.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Yeah.
This is dope, man. But again, until next time, man, you continue to just do what you do. Thank you for just being the guy that you are, man. And whenever Red comes out, because they haven't released a date yet, right?
No, they have not. It'll be determined.
Okay. Still be determined. Whenever that happens, I hope to be on here with you the night it drops. Like we
Oh,
just
absolutely.
we should just
Absolutely.
come on, man.
Absolutely. I would love to be on here for release day for
Yes,
that,
yes,
because that is by far the best
absolutely.
ever. So
And
that
that's
would
if
be awesome.
I'm not like camping out, you know,
Oh yeah,
like I may be camping out with
absolutely.
you guys. But man, again, I don't want to hold you any longer, man. I know you have things you have to do. But thank you.
Mhm.
And again, you can always reach out to me. I'll send you the video as well. But
Absolutely.
until next time, man.
Until next time, thank you.
Sounds good, man.
Peace
Thank you, bro.
out.
Have a good night, man.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you soon, bro.
Yep. Absolutely, brother.
All right, bro. Take care, man.
Leaders.
Later.